We need to talk about game for a sec. You know, like game, right? The way you talk to like someone you're interested in, right? Flirting, whatever. Doesn't matter. I speak as a man. I speak as a dude, a man, a boy. I think if you have ever searched for the pro tips or like pickup lines, or you've ever searched for tips on game, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give you just a bit of a black pill, but I think you're a stunted person if this is where you're at in your development. If you need tip on how to like associate with the opposite gender, then you are stunted, because these skills should have been integrated into you with a little bit of push from your parents. You should have learned this stuff in school. Someone should have like guided you along, and you should have been able to get this, right? Build this skills little bit by by talking to people in school, boys and girls. Like you were supposed to learn these things growing up, that you didn't even have to think about them. These are just like, these become intuitive. You know how like walking is not something you think about. Try to think about every single step in walking. Stand up and like try to think about your foot, your ankle, your hip, your core, your shoulder, and then both sides of that, each sequentially. Walking becomes just too crazy task, right? Walking becomes difficult when you think about it too much. You didn't get the reps in fundamentally. I'm 27 and I'm gonna admit it, I don't have the reps in. So I'm sort of speaking to myself. Yeah, if you ever have to search for a video because you're so fundamentally like unskilled, you didn't get like the basics down when you were growing up, then your goal right now isn't to look for shortcuts in YouTube videos or in I think going for coaching might be a good idea. It just depends on the type of coach you look for. However, your goal shouldn't be to look for these shortcuts in social interaction. It should be to learn the basics. The first few steps is literally just thinking about getting your body to stand up, walk without seeming nervous over to another person, and then utter the sentence just sequentially like that. To say, hi, my name is this, I saw you, and to just be like super explicit and blunt about it. I feel like that would be like the first step for a bunch of people, because they need to like do that over and over again so that they're not uncomfortable with it, right? The ability to like go up to a stranger and introduce yourself shouldn't be this task that brings you crippling anxiety. That's not normal. The good news is you can change that. You can improve at that. It's a skill. It is a muscle you can build to where even if it's like a thing you inherently don't like, let's say you identify as someone with a personality, say you are a self-proclaimed introvert, say you think of yourself as an introvert and you don't like social interactions, it still behooves you to improve that social muscle so that it doesn't drain your battery as much. Social skills are important because humans, introverted or extroverted, are social animals. You are not meant to go at this world alone. If you are at any point like struggling with this sort of thing to like get help for it, yeah, you need to take it at like its most basic level and get comfortable with the basics before you start stacking like technique or frameworks or anything, right? Like, you know, scripts, pickup lines. Don't worry about that. If going up to a stranger causes you distress, then you need to like first get used to that. I say this as a message. I know I started off saying like, you know, you're stunted, and that might have like stung for people because, you know, that's kind of harsh to hear, but I'm saying there's room to improve. I'm optimistic for a lot of people if like they're able to hear what I'm trying to say. There's another part to this where I'm saying that on your journey, you're going to get a couple of wins probably that you're not even going to like see coming. I'm hesitant to like talk further on that because setting expectations for any of this is a trap. What I encourage you is not to like listen to what I say, but just take a piece and experiment. Kind of figure it out for yourself. See what you can get good at. Run actual like social experiments. Go up to strangers, say hello, end the conversation there. You know, you have free will. You can do whatever you want. See what you're capable of as a human.